It's Powdered Cheese Aficionado, and today I'm going to be continuing to play AZORIUS Control in Standard, so let's take a look at the list. Here's what I'm working with right now, and I have been having a lot of fun with this deck, mainly because I'm including some spicy new top ends from Foundations, like one Herald of Eternal Dawn, which if it sticks around, we cannot lose the game, and our opponent can't win the game. So if we can keep this alive, or we play it against a deck that doesn't have easy creature removal, it's just gonna win us the game. I'm also trying out 2 Time Stops, which, yes, this is a very expensive card. It's essentially like a very expensive counterspell, but if we use it on our opponent's upkeep before they even draw a card, it just is an extra turn card. So really excited about this card to try to make it work a bit more in Standard. I kind of wish it was an extra turn card, like the text said that, because you can't really copy this because it'll just end your turn too if you do 2 of it, but still pretty fun. I'm also continuing to try out Curator of Destinies. I don't know if this card is amazing, but it is just like a fun top end beater that once we exhaust our opponent's resources, it helps rebuild our hand and maybe win us the game. And we got the Eternal Wanderer, the classic Planeswalker. Been around in Standard for a bit now, but always strong. We're also trying out 1 Teferi Temporal Pilgrim, which is another very strong Planeswalker if it sticks around. I have tried this card in so many decks in Standard, and it's always felt a little weak to me, but I think it could be pretty solid in this deck, partly because we have so much card draw in the form of Mazemind Tome and 3 Steps Ahead. So when we're drawing cards, it's beefing up our Teferi and the token that he makes. And then beyond that, we also have 3 Authority of the Consuls. We have a 4th in the sideboard as a way to hose aggro decks. If this is in our opening hand and we get it down on turn 1 against an aggro deck, it just buys us so much time, gains us a lot of life. I love this card. And then beyond that, it's pretty typical blue-white control. We have our counter spells. We have more removal for various permanents. We have 1 Beza, 1 more in the sideboard for some longevity and life gain. We have our sweepers, you know, the good stuff. I do have 3 Ghost Vacuum. This could also be Rest in Peace, but I want to try out Ghost Vacuum a bit more. And we do have some more permanent removal, like Exercise, Temporary Lockdown as a sweeper, more counter magic, more in for artifacts and enchantments, Tidebinder's flexible, and just 2 Jace. I'm not sure about having 2 Jace, honestly, here. I like it as a alternate win con, but when you only have 2 of them, it's harder to win with the mill strategy, so maybe just 1 Jace in the sideboard, or 3, I guess, could be the real move. But yeah, I'm really excited to continue playing blue-white control on the channel. Always one of my favorite decks to play, and these new spicy cards, while maybe not being the absolute best cards in the format, are just kind of keeping my interest with AZORIUS right now. So with all that said, let's hop into a match, and if you do end up enjoying this video and want to hit that subscribe button to help support the channel, I would greatly appreciate it. Let's see how this goes in Standard. Back to some classic control. We play, we have Tome and lands. Let's go, I'm ready. We even have 2 Sunfalls and a Beza, so what could they do to us? What could they possibly do? Cool, happy with lands on top, I think. Keep drawing lands, I'll try to use Tome to filter them away. Alright, we have no way to kill the Llanowar Elves, so let's see what they can ramp into here. Probably gonna, well, I was gonna say we'd scry with Tome, but yeah, let's do it anyways, see if there's something good on top. Okay, I think Nomoralize is solid. Now, we definitely want to make sure to hit our 5th land for Sunfall. What does this do? +1/+1 counters. And it, okay. Kind of an interesting mana dork here. Can in theory tap for a lot of mana. Brush. Yeah, I guess I'll counter it. I want to take 1 from this so we can get the life off of Beza, I think. So let's scry. Alright, perfect. Well, not quite perfect actually, because it's a tap land and we want to play untapped land right here for Beza. And then this is tapped for next turn if we want a Sunfall, but hopefully Beza can just buy us some nice time. God, I love this card. Gotta get the extended art version. Okay, looks like they're gonna take our Beza. But then we'll get it back once we sweep. Seems okay with me. Demolition Field. Okay, so we could Sunfall right now, but I think I want to wait a turn. Make them play out their stuff a little. I'm going to pretend I don't have lands right now. Ooh, there's a Curator. Alright, let's, nothing to Demolition Field. I guess I'll just play a tap land so we can Curator next turn, assuming we don't Sunfall. I want to try to avoid using our Beza treasure token, not trash, but I want my Beza back, please. Great. They're not holding open counter magic, so that incentivizes me to use Sunfall next turn quite heavily, I would say. So I think I'll... Oh, they don't attack with a 3/3? Okay. I was going to say I'll chump with a 1/1, but this just makes my Sunfall token larger, so it's kind of fine. Oh, good old Sunfall. What would we do without you? Yes. Oh, do they have a counterspell? Oh, they do. I didn't even... Alright. They got me. I kind of didn't even consider that their mana guys were untapped there. And this can add for 3 now. Well, if they have a second counterspell for Sunfall next turn, that'll be a challenge, let's just say. That's why they didn't attack with the Kami. Now I understand. I'm learning. Still don't attack with it. Okay. So they might have another 3 steps ahead. I don't want to draw a tome quite yet, because I want to hold on to the Beza Dream. Oh, well. It's pretty good for us. So we have another 3 steps ahead here. We have backup Sunfall, but they do not. Very nice. And we get Beza back, and it doesn't have Summoning Sickness. That's sweet. Get in for 4. And then this turn we can either draw with Tome, or we can power up our 6/6. Ooh, yeah, I think they're in a pretty bad situation now. Let's power up this bad boy. There is a stick, so they have maybe some sort of instant interaction, but let's attack for 10. Could attack with Anchorage there too, but I kind of want to try to play Curator. Yeah, and it can't be countered, so I don't think they'll be able to do much about this. Seeing as they're Simic colors, they probably don't have clean removal too. Okay, 4 lands and a Farsight Ritual. I'd like them to give me the ritual, but they do not, smartly. I guess I should have included Fountain Port on the right side up cards, because that's the best land there, so... Yeah, that probably would have made sense. Alright, that's gonna do it. Interesting deck they have. Low to the ground, Simic kind of stuff. I guess Beza's good. Go down a time stop. Maybe Lockdown? I don't know. I don't really need to sideboard much of anything, I don't think. At least not that we saw. Could add one more authority, I suppose. Let's just go for it. Feel pretty confident against their deck, if I'm being honest, but maybe they'll surprise us this game. Alright, well, I think I'm going to keep it and hope to surveil to a 3rd land, as I often do. We have a lot of cheap interaction, but we do need a second blue or white source to be able to cast No More Lies. So Demolition Field being a little awkward here. Keep. And I will meticulously archive some documents, please. Looks like they have a turn 1 Lannar Elves yet again. Or not. Maybe it's like a Bushwhack that's keeping the stick there. Nice. There's a 3rd land. That's perfect. Sure. This would be great if it was an untapped. But seeing as we kind of know what's going on, I think I'm just going to keep removal on top. Okay, 1/1 Goldbane Hydra. Sounds good. I'm just going to get the Anchorage down. We can use Smite on the Hydra. And then next turn we'll have No More Lies online. And we do need to keep drawing lands, but our hand is so cheap right now. Okay, that's good to know about. That would have been pretty good to counter, but alas. Oh, this has Ward 1. Alright, so we're just chilling. So, I think what we'll do is get Lost the Innkeeper's Talent. Like so this doesn't have ward anymore, and then we can still kill it with the Smite. I probably should have done that maybe before the Innkeeper's Talent triggered, but This still works unless they have a protection spell. They do not. Okay, that was very clean, if I do say so myself. We can counter 5 things in a row right now, so we'll probably just be doing that while we wait for draw more lands. And they are maybe trying to play a Hydra there on 2 so they can get a map trigger off to get out their own land, but we get another No More Lies. I wonder if they'll just scoop once we fire 4 of these off in a row. Alright, they don't even play anything, so let's draw with 3 steps ahead to hit our land drops. Nice. I think I'm going to discard a Demolition Field. They haven't shown us much to use that against. Alright, we're chilling. We do need our own threats, though. There will be a point where No More Lies is no longer good, like right now. Okay, yeah. We really want to use their maps, huh? So let's just kill it. Give them more maps, but whatever. You are not allowed to do anything. Smite, nice. Okay, now we have 5 lands. We can do 2 modes of 3 steps ahead. That's pretty sweet. Another Prodigy. Alright. I don't know why they're not, like, I guess they're still playing around No More Lies. Whoa there, buddy. Alright, that's a big boy. They bin it. Having 6 counters among creatures to get it back. Okay. Alright, maybe I needed to counter this thing, I suppose. Maybe that was a little cavalier of me. Because Smite can no longer kill it if they get a counter on it here. They are trying to live the dream of 6 counters, and we get a Sunfall. Alright, well, I'm going to slow roll that, but that is good security to have. We do know about this 3 steps ahead, but they can't cast it right now, and they need a second blue source, so let's see if they have it. Nope. It's a green. Or they can't counter something with it. They could copy this Prodigy with the 3 steps ahead. And now this does die to Smite if they attack. Ooh. Okay. Sunfall looking kind of nice. Are we Sunfalling next turn? That's the question. I think we might be, right? Yeah, I think I'm going to save the Smite. Don't really care about this until they have a bunch of counters on stuff, so... Nice, more removal. Boom, we get 2 creatures. Now we cannot counter anything this turn, so that's a little scary. But we do have removal for next turn if we need it. Good old Get Lost. Ooh, new card. Okay, this is an interesting deck I'm playing. I've not faced a counters deck. Double the number of each kind of counter and up to 2 creatures and/or artifacts. Okay. Alright, well, if they activate this Zimone, we can try to nab them with Get Lost in response, I suppose. As I really... oh, they just still don't have 2 blue, which is really good for us. Okay. That's just 2 counters. Need 6. I think we're just going to kill this right now. Sorry there. Copy it with 3 steps ahead, actually, but then we'll counter it. That might just be the nail in the coffin. Okay, they do not copy it. It would have been a nifty little play, though. Let's see what else I got in hand. They really want to draw some cards, huh? Alright, I'll let them do that. That's okay. Could have countered it with 3 steps ahead, but it feels a little unnecessary. Okay. Get our 2/2 online and just probably defend this thing until the end. Don't really want to attack with Anchorage yet there because it'll make us only have 1 mana untapped if we use it. So I guess this is their big payoff, right? I mean, it's pretty sick mythic you got there, huh? Yes. Cancel a Larcenist. I mean, I have so much counterspell stuff in my hand, kind of burning a hole in my pocket, so I'm going to counter this and draw 2, and then keep our 2/2 Dream alive. Ooh. All right, there's our heavy hitters. Let's get rid of Elspeth's Smite. We just need an untapped land, but we can get to Fairy down next turn. Okay, there's a tap land. Got our sweet new 7-drop potential game winner, especially against their deck. Actually, this might just completely close them out, because they'll have to bounce it or fight it, which they might be able to do. Make a Teferi token, I think. Get the beatdown going a little bit. I'm not sure what's causing a stick here. It could be a bounce spell, seeing as they have blue. But our Temporal Pilgrim is going to hopefully do some work here. Potentially win us the game. I love this Planeswalker, and honestly, it's never felt super powerful to me in Standard, so I'm kind of hoping that this is the deck that Blue-White Control can finally make use of it. This card is looking pretty good right now. It's not like maybe a control card, more of like a tempo creature deck card, but they are doing it, using it well, I would say. Keeper's Talent might be worth countering. And we kind of want a Day of Judgment, or we get rid of this Larcenist too. So they can play this and level it up all the way, so they can double counters each turn on their creatures, which is pretty good. I could get Herald down, but it feels a little risky. Let's draw with Teferi. I'm realizing also, I think, oh, hey, where are you, Ben? So, with 3 steps ahead, we could use all the modes right now. We could counter something and draw 2 to give Teferi more loyalty counters if he gets attacked. So I think I'll get Authority down. I don't really mind using this as a treasure, so I'm just going to do like this and be very chill. No attacks. Can hold open multiple counter spells, but if they play the talent, I think I have to counter it 3 steps ahead. That's what I'm feeling right now. Okay, another 3 steps ahead. Sure. Maybe I should have countered that with No More Lies while we have a chance to use them, because they're getting to be a little useless given how much mana the opponent has, but I just didn't feel a huge need. Like, discarded the talent? Okay. Got something spicy up there? Okay. Herald does have Flash, which I managed to forget basically every time I play this card. Do we flash it in? If they counter this, then it's bad. Teferi gets a hit, so I think I'm gonna do what I talked about and let Teferi take this hit and draw 2, 3 steps ahead, and then hold open mana for No More Lies. Discard one of them. Teferi goes to 6. This does not draw us cards; it puts them into our hand, so no need to use that.
Who taught you your manners?
Alright, I was going to maybe use Farsight Ritual, but now I'm realizing I think I want to just use Day of Judgment, and then we'll get our dude back down here, so I don't want to I need to sacrifice it. Oh, gotta attack with 2 first. Boom, and boom. No sticks over there. Alright, next turn we'll get Herald down for sure. If there is a next turn, I have a feeling we might be seeing our opponent's demise right now. Okay. Gain a life. This is fine. It's going to take them a bit of work to get up to 6 to get this Quilled Great Worm back, so... Yeah, they're looking at Teferi like... don't think they can do much. I don't really want to bargain. Nice, I'll take a land and a Beza. I probably should have taken the creature land there, actually. So, maybe a little oopsie. I'm just going to keep drawing cards with Teferi.
Now that is an
Sevens.
interesting
Yep, we're just going to chill. We're going to flash in Herald and hold open No More Lies. Or Get Lost. Get Lost probably a little more useful, but... Deals damage... Oh, they reveal a Railway Brawler from their hand. I applaud them for using some interesting cards, that's for sure. Never seen this in Standard. Alright. So they're dealing 5. We can't draw any cards. And we can't counter this. We could draw cards is what I'm thinking to make this grow, but no way to do that. So if they attack with Zimone here, they should attack Teferi. I'm going to try this. Oh yeah. It's a big beater that says I can't lose the game. That's the text that it has on this card. What are you going to do? We're going to counter this. And then we're going to win. Yep, that just about does it. Ooh, right. On the play once again. And we got enough counter spells, so let's see if they can... Okay, maybe a little aggressive strategy on the other side. So No More Lies is going to do a bit of a heavy lift. Good cards to draw, though. I would have loved to start with an Authority of the Consoles in this matchup, or what I'm assuming that this deck is. Thran Portal, okay. Another Inspector. Well, I guess we just counter that, right? Need to slow their roll and make sure they don't overwhelm us with... Okay, well that would have been maybe better to counter, but... Wouldn't have known, right? Tome is nice. Let's play tap land here and not play Tome. We can hold up Get Lost and No More Lies. Spyglass Siren. Do I need to kill the Warden or counter something? Okay, I guess I'll let this resolve. It's a little scary though. I don't want them to get too many creatures. Just gonna kill this now before they get the Scry trigger, I think. Fortunately, they do get some map tokens, so we need to work our way up to a sweeper. They don't use the map tokens before combat, though. That's pretty good. Alright, let's get Tome down. So this way we can either draw with Tome or counter something with No More Lies. We're going to take a hit in this next turn, though, from the if they use these maps on their little dudes. There's a Restless Anchorage. It's good to know about. Okay, Shelter by Ghosts will be good to counter. It looks like they're not going to give us anything to counter this turn, so we're just going to draw a Tome. Nice thing about Sheltered by Ghosts is if it exiles our Tome, once we get rid of it, we'll get our Tome back without any counters on it, so we can get even more draw triggers. A lot of lands. Alright, I'm going to play an untapped land and maybe end up using 2 3 steps ahead modes here. So counter something and draw. Because I need to be drawing cards to kill these eventually. Ooh, they're going for an Anchorage. Right. Well, let's draw with Tome right now then. Nice. Sunfall's good, but it doesn't kill Anchorage, right? So we do need instant speed removal for this thing, or we need a demolition field. I'm trying to decide right now if I need to draw with... I think I'm going to draw with 3 steps ahead. I'm feeling under a little too much pressure for comfort. Okay, those are good cards. I think we can discard this anchorage. So, Smite can kill their anchorage as long as they don't use map tokens beforehand, before they attack with it. And unfortunately, I think we do need to Sunfall these two right now. Makes Shelter by Ghost a little more awkward too for them, because they don't have any creatures right now to attach it to. They could attach it to the anchorage though. This is bad. Oh my god. That was really scary. They could have used their maps before... Okay. Shit. Well, I was going to say they could use their maps before attacking with Anchorage to beef it up, potentially, but looks like they're going to save it with this thing. It's a good card, but it would have been great earlier before they were killing us with their creature land. Alright. We have some answers. We can... Actually, no, we can't quite double block their Anchorage. Oh, but this loses... Okay, it loses the aura. That's pretty good. They don't do anything. Okay, let's draw with Tome. Gain that life. We need it. Go up to 10. Other Tome is... Never gonna say no to another Tome. Why would I do that? Oh. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. I'm going to set up a little more before using Time Stop. Before giving us a second turn. This way, if they attack with Anchorage next turn, we can try to draw to an instant removal with Tome. I would love a Demolition Field, though. Yeah, they get to draw some cards here, which is good for them. Off the Fountain Port. Murex, too. Okay. Here's the Anchorage. Let's draw now. Nothing. Okay, nothing to do. Take this hit. They can beef it up a lot next turn. Or they just skip without using any map tokens. That's fine with me. I'm trying to decide when to use Time Stop. Do we use it just on their upkeep maybe to get another turn? Seems kind of good. Love to have one more mana untapped. I think I'm not going to attack with our 2/2 here in case they make a Murex token. I don't want to take a hit from it. And I'm going to let them have one more turn. Or try to nab their... Use Time Stop as a counterspell, possibly. Nice, we get a life from the Phyrexian token. That's very sweet. So I could try to draw with Tome here to get a removal spell for this Might. Still have 3 more Get Lost and a Smite. But if they can get this really big right now, it'll be a bit of a pain. I know it's my go. I know. Alright, fine. Okay, phew. That's good. They take a Thran Portal damage. Okay. Or they do not. Tap Fountain Port. No. Tap Murex. Okay. I guess we're not using Time Stop, so let's draw now. Okay, another Normalize is not really what we want. Okay. I'm going to try block with Anchorage here. Not trade our 2/2. That feels pretty good. Unless they beef up their 2/2 here. Yep, they have another one of these things. Okay, but we can counter it. That's actually perfect. Ooh, that worked out really nicely for us, mana-wise. They still don't play their Shelter by Ghosts, and they can't really do anything right now. And if we time stop in the beginning of their upkeep, they can actually make some tokens and stuff in response, but we do get a Demolition Field. That's good. So I think I'm going to demo their Fountain Port before they can draw with anything. Maybe I needed to get the Anchorage there too, but for some reason I feel a little more threatened by the card advantage of Fountain Port. They go down to 12. Oh. Alright, they didn't even give me a chance to use my arsenal of exciting cards. Alright, Temporary Lockdown comes in for the small things. Fourth Authority comes in. Daza comes in. I think Lauren is good for these auras. Go down on Counter Magic for sure, I'd say. One time stop. Yeah, I'm just going to get rid of 3 steps entirely. And Tidebinder is good too. So I guess I'll get rid of Farsight Ritual. I think keeping Tome is good because of the life gain against this type of deck. So let's see how we can do on the draw. 0 lands in hand. Well, that's a mulligan. I'm gonna try it. We have 1 land and a Smite and a Dream. Ooh, they have a Leyline Axe. Okay. This could go very poorly for us if we don't draw land 2. We do not. Oh, God. Oh, dear God. Alright, at least we're not taking a hit this turn, it looks like. Oh, no, we are. Never mind. I guess I'll use a Smite while we can. Warden will be too big next turn. The land. So maybe I should have held on the Smite. Oof. That's all I'll say to that is oof. Probably gonna have to use Get Lost on this thing. Pretty speedy 5/4 they got there. Inspector, that's fine. A little scared of the Anchorage after last game. Okay, they're still not using the Leyline Axe. Right, they could have equipped it there, yeah. They could actually still equip it, do they not realize? Right, I think they could have, yeah. Oh, anyways, I think we kill the thing that's dealing us the most damage. God, that card is good. I can't believe it has Discover 3 on it, too. That is crazy. Just crazy. Alright, we need lands. We need to survive next turn. Oh my god, it's so late. Oh, why? When you have 4 of these, you really want to get them in your opener hand, but no. Not going to do us much good now. Yeah, I think we're just too far behind. I don't know why they're not equipping this Leyline Axe. They have lethal right now with it, I believe. They should equip it. Alright. Goodness. Well, that was very different from game 1. Okay, Exercise actually can come in then. I'll go down to Tome and get rid of Time Stop, I guess. A play, and much better than the last time. We have lands and we have removal. And I think I'll Surveil first. Perfect. Lockdown is very ideal, especially being on the play. We can exile all their cheap little creatures. So, let's get Lost online, but I'm probably not going to use it. Even though Lockdown would be useful to exile the map tokens, you know? You know what I'm talking about? Okay, they're gonna do the Warden thing. That is totally cool with me. And Yeah, I think we just lock down now. We have so much removal in our hand. This just cleans this up very nicely. Would love an untapped land next turn so we can hold Get Lost and Normalize open. Regal Bunnycorn, okay. Just a 1/1 right now, not too scary. I will take a hit from it, gladly. Nothing else. Well, I'm going to Demolition Field this Anchorage now just to get it done while we have mana untapped. Not scared of the Bunnycorn at all, so at least not yet. Yes. I will take an island, please. Nice. Continuing to hit our land drops is good. Sure. I'll take another No More Lies just to frustrate our opponent. A lot of cheap stuff in hand. I guess I'll try and kill this now. See what they got up their sleeves. Okay. I don't really want to use 2 Get Lost on that thing when we have a Sunfall in hand. Nothing else. Okay. We're chilling. Do want to try to kill this thing soon. Okay, this makes Sunfall pretty sweet, so I think I'm going to let this go. That is assuming they don't have a counterspell, right? If they do have a counterspell here, it could be a disaster. Oh, shit. Alright, I was too cavalier. Gotta kill this. Okay, that resolves. That's a relief. Now it's just a 1/1. And we... Tidebinder. Alright, let's counter that. Could get lost the Bunnycorn, but Tidebinder is dealing us more damage there, so... Let's see if they can beef the Bunnycorn to 5 here. They cannot. We do need to gain some life, though. Smite is good. Alright, I'm feeling a little better now. I shouldn't have taken that hit, though. Malcolm. Alright, let's counter this. Anything we can counter, I think we gotta go for it. Yeah, get rid of all their little beasties. We smite. Boom, boom. And can we get an untapped land? Curator. We cannot, but we do get a Beza. Beza just gains us life, but I think that's definitely worth doing right now. It's a big blocker. Going back up to 8. They do nothing, and okay, that's gonna do it. Oof. A little risky there. Thanks so much for watching this video. I'm not sure those games were the best sample size, but I can confidently say that Blue-White Control still feels really good in Standard. I don't know if it's better than all the mid-range decks out there, but it is fun to play and one of my favorite types of control. So thanks again for stopping by, and I'll see you in the next video.